Hi everybody. So I actually wanted to do this video a while back. I didn't really get around to it. Things got hectic and crazy, but I was thinking about this today. I was going to do it a little bit earlier, and once again things got hectic. No scandal there, just hectic times. Anyway, so this isn't about problems with cold medicine or anything like that, although I hope none of you are having to take any of this right now because it's, the middle of or the end of July. But I just wanted to talk for a minute about something that happened last year that made me stop and think about this. So my husband and I were at the grocery store, and he was sick. He had a chest cold or a head cold or something, and he was needing some cold medicine. And so he had gone up, and they had the normal package of the daytime, nighttime, and then they had it in severe. And out of reflex, he reached and grabbed the severe and put it in the cart. And then I just I looked at him like, really? Are you even gonna look at that? Okay. And he just didn't. And so I asked him, I said, so what makes you think that that's the one you should get? And he said, because it says severe on it. So I hope I'm not making you dizzy here. So I grabbed the regular one, and I showed him the difference in the labels. And lo and behold, the normal daytime medication and nighttime medication actually had more medicine in it than the severe did, which was kind of shocking because, you might think that it would be different than that. But the fact is, we tend to allow ourselves to let suggestive words lead us to a suggestion in our mind. And I want to help people, if I can, have them question themselves on, why am I thinking that way? So what is it in me that is just kind of going with that particular flow without checking for myself, without thinking for myself enough to go and check the label? It's kind of a pretty basic concept that I'm noticing a lot of people have gotten away from. We've allowed ourselves to kind of let that commercialized universe take over and just guide us to where it thinks we need to go. So that's kind of my thought there. If you can start with something small like that and, just ponder on that for a few minutes, like, really, that's interesting. Why did I think that? Or, if you are the type that reaches and checks for yourself, then good for you. Start thinking deeper. And, something that a lot of folks tell themselves is, well, I'm not smart, or I'm not educated, but I'm here to tell you that that's just because you're choosing not to be. There's so much information that everybody can learn right now without having to go to Harvard or Yale or any of those other places. So sometimes it's hard to slow down and look at your own mind. But when I did it, I found myself in a completely different reality than what I was in before. Not because I lost my mind, because I was able to see things that I hadn't really looked at or been willing to see before. And I got to tell you, it was pretty cool on the one hand to go like, wow, I never thought about things like that on a deeper, more complicated, more complex level. I don't even consider myself to be somebody that's higher minded than anybody else. I just know that I see a lot of people that don't seem to be very concerned with the world that they're living in. And I'm concerned for them because I worry that, what is that? Oh, yeah. Never mind. I worry that there will come a time when they are concerned. And at that point, there won't be much that they can do to really help themselves out. Or they'll be looking for somebody else to give them the answers because they haven't noticed that they've lost their ability to think critically. So if you haven't noticed, I like to take photos. I'm not really a photographer. I've always liked to take photos. It's a hobby of mine. So I'm going to probably leave that at that. It's been a long day. I just had to go pick my son up from the hospital. Not him in the hospital, but his girlfriend's mom had a stroke tonight. We had some bizarre electrical storm and he wasn't feeling too good. I wasn't feeling too good. She had a stroke. It's kind of weird stuff. Anyhow, I'm going to cut it off and get some rest. You guys take care. Have a good night. Bye.